Hello, and welcome back to XRP Vault, where we bring you the most recent and intriguing XRP news. We're giving away 10,000 XRP to those who are watching. All you have to do is upvote, subscribe, comment XRP is king and watch the video to the end to be eligible. The winners will be picked next month and publicized on the community page of the channel. Stuart LDRD has once again stated that Ripple is prepared to fight the SEC to the bitter end. By the way, we'll be looking at the recently released wallets outside of the Sun wallet to see why payment leaders from other nations are also supporting XRP. What will happen to Ripples when the court grants the SEC's request for summary judgment? Continue reading to find out more. Check out this new video as soon as possible if this sounds like something that would be of interest to you. Welcome to our channel, where we discuss the most recent XRP news as well as cryptocurrency news in general. Developers from UCAV Outere and Scott Deaton just presented their concept for the XRP ledger through the Jane bridge. The bridge would function in accordance with this idea by engaging two chains, a locking chain on which XRP would initially be locked and an issuing chain on which it would later be released in a wrapped version with XRP. The reverse procedure entails returning or burning limitless amounts of XRP and further unlocking XRP that is inside the locking chain. In addition to all of this, the developer describes how the witness server will be set up. Users will be able to demonstrate that events took place on both chains using this independent server. While constructing a cross-chain bridge, an XRP ledger side chain or bridge must be deployed. New objectives must also be created. Voting in favor of XLS38D, which is the suggestion, will be crucial to do first, nonetheless. Every XRPL developer is now debating the suggestion. Security is currently one of the main concerns with the potential for innovation. There have been scores of multi-million-dollar breaches of bridges in recent years, making them possibly the most exposed component of blockchain ecosystems. The judge's decision in the United States Securities and Exchange Commission case against Ripple, on the other hand, might be made as soon as the end of this month, according to Ripple General Counsel Stuart L. Davis. This was disclosed by the attorney in a Black Book interview. It is consistent with an earlier forecast made by James K. Fillon, a seasoned lawyer who closely studied the case. Notably, more optimistic predictions from executives at Ripple had the ruling arriving in the first part of the year, as highlighted by Alterity. There are three possible outcomes for the summary judgment in the interview. One possibility is that the judge could order a trial based on unresolved facts, a result that attorney John Deaton, the inventor of cryptography law, has recently indicated is likely. Conversely, if Judge Analisa Torres grants the SEC's request for summary judgment, according to Daretti, if required, Rippling would appeal, bringing the case from the appeals court to the U.S. Supreme Court. He is optimistic that the Supreme Court will rule in favor of the blockchain payment startup, as he has already hinted. I'll risk explaining that the conservative majority on the Supreme Court currently opposes being governed. Recall that Deaton cited West Virginia v. Environmental Protection Agency to bolster his position. Finally, the court might support Ripple. Under this situation, the company could finally grow its operations in the US. Dare I say it? He spoke. In the US, we would have this fantastic business opportunity that was always there for us. Fox journalist Turat highlights a LDRD interview, according to the Ripple attorney, and a summary decision is anticipated any day. He said, "I'll dare it, possibly as soon as this month's end." Interestingly, the lawyer advised cryptocurrency firms to establish themselves outside of the US in a country where the regulations are clear, not lax but explicit. Alder has advocated this in the absence of a defined legal framework for cryptocurrencies. U.S. regulators, in particular the SEC, have turned to enforcement proceedings to assert their control over the developing market and push the boundaries of decades-old regulations designed for the conventional financial system. With regard to whether XRP is a security, the SEC case against Ripple and its executives has lasted for more than 2 years. Please remember to tick the notification button and subscribe to our channel if you want to be the first to learn about new developments involving XRP. According to a recent white paper by Ripple and the U.S. Faster Payments Council, A whopping 97% of professionals in the payment sector believe that blockchain technology and cryptocurrencies have the potential to speed up payments over the next 3 years. The adoption of blockchain and cryptocurrencies for payment solutions will lead to a payment infrastructure that is faster, more affordable, and more transparent than the current capital. Almost 300 leaders in aid payment across 45 countries reportedly agreed in a Ripple report published on March 2nd. Systems that move. Moreover, cross-border settlements have greatly benefited from cryptocurrency payments. According to the survey, 90% of industry participants think using cryptocurrency for cross-border payments will enable them to deliver cheaper and more effective payments. An IMF study published last month that acknowledged that cryptocurrency might enhance cross-border payments lent credence to this opinion. Its promise has been shown by Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution, which offers quicker and less expensive international settlements for its many partners. Payments made using cryptocurrencies are starting to appear in standard payment methods. And although they haven't largely controlled the industry, their rapid expansion suggests a higher adoption rate. According to a survey from May of last year, the use of crypto payments has increased by 350% as a result of popular remittance services. Only 17% of the payment leaders polled said they supported crypto payments, despite the general view that crypto can aid in the introduction of an upgraded payment infrastructure. Most people who don't use cryptocurrency expressed worries about regulatory uncertainty and sustainability. An important factor in limiting the lack of regulatory certainty is the local crypto business in the US. Additionally, the gap in worldwide regulatory standards is problematic because different nations have distinct regulations regarding digital assets. Recently, this topic was brought up by the Indian Union Minister of State for Finance, who called for global agreement on legislation. Despite this, the regulatory landscape for the cryptocurrency industry is gradually becoming clearer as more jurisdictions, including the UAE and Hong Kong, work to put in place appropriate safeguards. Moreover, a stablecoin has been developed by some, enabling users in the United States to buy the stable USD coin for fiat using a variety of funding channels. Stably revealed the integration for the first time yesterday in a tweet. It is more convenient for US consumers to transfer USD from a bank account to the XRP ledger, as some emphasized in a news release. In this sense, XApps refers to web applications that are embedded within a wallet and offer particular services to certain users. Users can currently benefit from the newest integration in 6 easy steps, as announced. Choose the stable ramp from the XApp page by opening your SIM wallet. Choose your desired finance option after completing the New York customer requirements. Input the amount of stable US dollars you want to receive, enter and verify your wallet address, and your wallet will then be credited with the requested amount. There are currently just 2 options for automated clearinghouse transfers: a quick transfer for a set $2 cost or a regular transfer that takes 5 business days for a 0.5% fee. Wire transfer and debit card payment options for the XApp are shortly to be available. The service would be made available outside of the US to around 45 nations with the debit card option. The latest ramp to be made available on the top XRP wallet, which eliminates the need for centralized exchanges, is the stable ramp. Remember how several exclusive XRP off-ramps that were exclusively accessible to pro users recently expanded to support consumers in the UK? Additional suppliers include Banksa, which works with most nations, and BTC Direct, which caters to European clients. The next step will depend on whether the court rules in favor of the SEC on the summary judgment. If Judge Analisa Torres grants summary judgment in the SEC's favor, the blockchain startup will immediately appeal, according to Stuart L., Ripple's general counsel. I'll bet he revealed this in a yesterday interview with Blockworks. According to the outspoken general counsel for Ripple, there are 3 conceivable outcomes in the dispute between Ripple and the SEC. Judge Torres can give a summary judgment in Ripple's favor. Second, he claimed that the judge can decide that there are contested facts that must be settled in court. Lastly, LBR pointed out that Judge Torres could grant the Securities and Exchange Commission summary judgment. If that occurs, Ripple's general counsel stated that the Silicon Valley tech firm would not consent to a secret settlement, and would instead file an urgent appeal with the U.S. Court of Appeals. Moreover, Ripple will appeal the decision to the Supreme Court. Bill Hinman, who helped the XRP community by predicting that Ripple would win the case in the Supreme Court if the Court of Appeals did not rule in favor of the blockchain company, claimed that the Supreme Court would rule in favor of Ripple because of its safeguard against the creation of an administrative state. According to Hinman, I will be completely convinced that this will prevail at the Supreme Court due to the safeguarding against the establishment of an administrative state as opposed to crypto problems. The General Counsel for Ripple's also predicted that the much-awaited summary decision might occur by the end of this month. I'll dare say he suggests new cryptocurrency projects avoid launching in the US due to regulatory uncertainties. According to the LDR, these new cryptocurrency projects must be created in a nation with unambiguous regulations for the sector. New cryptocurrency enterprises should locate in a region where the regulations are transparent, not lax. He claimed that this animosity has led some crypto companies to think about leaving the United States. According to a story from last month, Ripple's CTO David Schwartz suggested that if forced to leave the US, the business might do so. In a recent interview with Bloomberg, Brad Garland House's CEO echoed Schwartz's remarks. Because of the US's incapacity to put its house in order, cryptocurrency businesses have already started to move out of the nation. He continued by saying that American crypto companies moving operations overseas are inappropriate for the innovation of the nation. We are now at the conclusion of this video. Please make sure to like the video, guys, if you liked it. Don't forget to hit the notification button and subscribe. I find that the YouTube algorithm is greatly aided by this. Sharing this video with as many people as you can will also help enlighten others in the same way that you have been enlightened. Let's spread the word about this, guys. Don't miss any of our stuff if you are a serious Bitcoin enthusiast. I'll see you tomorrow to discuss the most recent news that affects our entire community.